Now, contrary to popular belief, we are not the throwaway society that many perceive us to be. A new study has shown that we are, in fact, a nation of hoarders.
Yeah, almost half the average house is filled with unused items that we refuse to ditch. We're going to be live in a moment to a cluttered home. But first, underneath all that jumble is Matt Arnold.
In 30 years, we've doubled our ownership of rarely used items, and the resulting junk mountain occupies an area in a typical home equivalent to more than £70,000 worth of room space. Emma Stone is just like many others, and research claims that consumerism in the early 80s and 90s is the cause.
Fibre optic light base, mobile phone, Christmas tree, makeup kit, padded cushion.
Our possessions are also soaring in value. A typical property contains over £2,500 worth of electrical goods alone. In 1979, the figure was £851. Overall, home contents are worth £18,500 on average, more than twice what they were 3 decades ago.
Point is, can it be turned into cash? Matt Arnold is at that house in Finchley in North London. Matthew?
Do I speak at this bit, Matt?
Well, I'm not the expert on that one, Penny, but I do have somebody with us here who is. So behind one of the cluttered cupboard doors is the decluttering guru, Jamie Breese.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Jamie. What have you got? That's classic.
It's a bit of classic clutter, all car boot collectible, but I'm afraid in this case, worth very little money. It's a foot spa.
All right. We're in Emma Stone's house. She's very kindly let us in. She's waiting for us in the lounge. So if Jamie and I come through, mind the door for the cameraman, that's the way. We'll go through the kitchen, you go in through that way. You'll see Emma sitting there, nervously worrying about what she's let herself in for. But Jamie's been in the house for a while and has found some of her more valuable bits of clutter, which we've got on the table here. So I'll just put this down. I found that in the kitchen. 45% of the items that we have in our homes, according to the survey, are things like ladies' shoes. So that's there as an example. But Jamie, what have you found?
Well, Emma's got the absolute classic house full of clutter. But actually, amongst these, a few little gems. There's a theme going here. Are you into the 1950s by any chance?
Very much.
Okay. Well, you know, decluttering is great because it's a great opportunity to have a spring cleaner clause. We're in the middle of a credit crunch, so there's cash there to be made, especially if you take it to a car boot fair or a website like Gumtree or eBay. And, you know, it's eco-friendly as well. It's a great chance to recycle.
You want to know what it's worth. What have you got?
We've got some early technology here, which is 3 or 4 years old, but it's sort of been surpassed now by the Apple iPod. It's kind of a multimedia centre. So that's something for the car boot fair or maybe an online site. We've got some late 80s, early 90s neon phones. Redundant now, but maybe a future museum piece. A few quid in that. That might be online. Then we've got this lovely little sort of mini cassette Wurlitzer from the mid-1980s, covered in all original 80s dust. That's fun. Again, along with 5-star albums and disused exercise gear, car boot fodder, whatever that is.
Infrared massager.
How many times have you used it?
Never.
Twice.
Oh.
And just look at this, I found an original Marilyn Monroe signature on a video. No, I'm afraid this is, again, 50p a piece.
Now, Emma, I think you're into Marilyn, aren't you?
Yes,
Just tell us about that briefly.
Well, that's just a box set that probably I've not even ever watched, but love the films. And then beyond that, I've got some old
this
pictures.
is the gem. This is the gem. So let's
In
quickly
all the
see that
years,
one,
in 10 years of going to people's houses, I've found something really special, ladies and gentlemen. Have a quick butchers. It's not signed. This is signed. It's Rock Hudson. It's worth 500 quid. Sophia Loren, 200 quid. And an original signature from Marilyn Monroe with original 50s dust. That's worth up to, from a dealer on a high street, if it's original, £5,000.
He's genuine. It's a £5 note. I'll hold that.
Yes.
Just for safekeeping. Emma, we'll talk to you later.
Thank
Back to you in the studio. Not bad, eh? £5, Ben.
That's fantastic.
That's absolutely wonderful. I see that you've got your hands on it, Matt. Make sure you leave it there, though.
Now, the time, it's coming up to 7 o'clock. Let's get the weather now. Here's Claire.